Hello and welcome to a new episode of Experiencing in Infdev Plus. In this episode, as I said in the previous episode, in this episode I'm going to start off by building a new orc farm. I also have some other plans for. I also want to build some other things in this episode, so I plan on building them. And depending on how long it will take, I might also do some other things. For the sake, for the sake of making things faster, I have decided to make some preparation beforehand. Here is the dungeon that I'm going to be using as my tree farm. As you can see, it has got several spawners, which will make it quite an efficient farm. I plan on using these fans for collecting the items and the withering roses to kill the tree ants. My idea is that I will have these fans which will push the items into some channels which will lead these items into the collecting area. Anyway, building this isn't particularly interesting, so I'll start building it and show you the result. Alright, I have finished building the outlook farm. Well, when I say finished, I mean that it's functional now, but I don't consider this area to be properly finished yet. I still want to make it look better and do some other buildings here. Anyway, here is what the farm looks like on the inside. As you can see, we cut a whole bunch of these withering roses. So the way this farm works is pretty simple. Basically, the trees spawn, they fall into the field of withering roses where they die, and their drops end up in the water, which they go up and into the collectors. Anyway, I've already recorded some clips before this one, but for some reason my voice didn't get recorded, so I had to record them, and during those clips I talked about what I'm going to do. One of the things that I want to build is what I wanted to build is this storage. It serves as storage house. This is one of the things that I want to build. Finish building in this area. I would also like to build a big farm here using some spawners that I managed to get in all the versions, which will be somewhere in this area. Also, since in the last video episode I've shown that composters have been added, so I plan on building a cactus farm so that I would use those in the composter to get more fertilizer. And I plan to have this area to be sort of enclosed. So I want to have some fences around here so that no mobs will be able to access this area. Plus, this way it will be easier to light up. I also plan to use this sort of sheer cliff, the sort of ledge to my advantage, because the sort of wall which mobs can't pass through. I'm not sure how to explain it anyway. Shouldn't be here. Oh, Anyway, I'll continue building and let you know later. Alright, here is a bit of a progress update. My plan for this area is that you're going to access it using a small underground tunnel, which you will access through the small warehouse and go down this path towards the ocean. Basically, you will arrive using the arrive on the river, then go here, dock, go up through the small tunnel into the small warehouse and do what we want. As for this wall, I've decided that it will have sort of 2 tiers. So you will have this platform here, another wall here, platform there, wall. So sort of tiered, and there will be some probably flowers and plants up there. Anyway, this isn't the reason why this isn't the main reason why I'm recording this clip. The actual reason why I'm recording this clip is to show new events that have been added in 0.6. As you can see, there is currently an event ongoing which is called the Blue Moon. The way that the Blue Moon event works is that it firstly sets your difficulty to peaceful. This means that there are no mobs to attack you, and also you heal basically. There are of course some other events. There is another event that can be considered the opposite of the Blue Moon event, which is the Bleeding Sky event. During this event, your difficulty is forcibly set to hard. And there's also the bets. Both of these events happen purely during the night. Then there is the Bad Sun event that happens during the day. Basically, when the Bad Sun event happens, you get set on fire whenever you stand in direct sunlight. But there's also the fog event, which happen anytime, and it basically makes the fog close in on you. Kinda like when you set your range distance low. Of course, after a while, the fog goes away. There's also, I think, the torch flicker event where the torches basically just start flickering for a while. The fog event also lasts only for a while. And last but not least, there has been a change made to the torches. The change being that torches now burn out when they are exposed to rain. They burn out randomly. So, for example, here is one torch that burned out. So you'll need to either protect your torches from the rain or use alternative lighting methods. Anyway, this is all I want to talk about. I'll continue building now. As you can see, I've made some more progress when it comes to the building. I've started working on the wall over here. I've already placed the cobblestone that I use. And I started placing some of the logs. Anyway, I'm not recording this clip to show you the progress. The reason why I'm recording this clip is to show the other event, which is the Bleeding Sky event, which is currently happening. As you can see, the sky has turned red. And My difficulty has been set too hard. Well, that's about it. Everything that I can say about this. Anyway, ah no, get back to building. As you can see, I've made some progress when it comes to my building. Firstly, I have finished this wall. I also decided to add this ancient oak here. Secondly, I've finished this tunnel that leads into the warehouse. Also added some chests for storage here. Anyway, I've added some plants over here. So here, got some planks and logs over here because it or not I built all the well and I didn't for doing it, but you won't see it very often, so it should be fine. And as you can see, I've used torch flowers for lighting since torches burn out. Anyway, I've also added some walls. A wall here. Sort of close up this area. Anyway, I still have got roughly 5 things that I plan on doing. Use the photo mode. Show that. Anyway, the first thing that I plan to do is building a cactus farm over here. After which I plan on building a big farm, which will be located over here, next to the area where next to the oak log farm. After that, I plan on building another wall in here, somewhere over here. And lastly, I would like to clean up the area so it looks better and it doesn't have all these torches. It's just placed over here. Wait, this format where I show inside of the purple is very interesting, but I don't really know what it better, so probably be doing this way for now. Anyway, I'll now get to building. I mean, clear out this area and start working on the cactus farm. Here's another small update, as so far things are going well. I've been working on the cactus farm. So far I've planted all the cacti. Now I just need to put the fences on second level and cover up the farm and of course make it look somewhat decent. So far progress has been going well, so hopefully this area should be finished soon. I only have like 2 more things to do. Anyway, further progress has been made in this place. I've finished decorating the cactus farm. So here it is. This wall. I've decided to make a house on top of the roof of the cactus house. You might have noticed in the last clip that edges of the walls were made of dirt. That's because I wanted to place I wanted to have some grass over here so that I could plant some trees and build a house on top of it, because I thought it would look cool. It's a very small house, only with some storage here. Upstairs is more storage and a balcony to look at my base. Anyway, I also plan to place a teleporter here, which is why there is this gap in the floor. Anyway, I've also started working on the big farm. Oh, I've already basically built it because it's functional now. But just here it is. So the way it works is pretty simple. Basically, the pigs spawn. They, since they are AI, so basically pigs spawn, go down, and they can't jump up. Once they go to the next level, they jump out again, after which they can't go up again, and they just keep going down. They get to the bottom of this hole, after which they end up here, where they get killed by lava, after which their meat gets collected. You can see here's some pork chop, even more, so it's working and it's very efficient. Anyway, this will be the last progress update. After this clip, I plan on finishing this build, so I will be doing a wall here, small port over there, and bring the space up. Anyway, this is how the place looks so far with the photo mode. I think it turned out pretty well. Anyway, I'll get finishing it and give you a tour of the finished build of base. Alright, I've finally finished working on the farm. I've worked on it for quite a while. As you might remember, I started working on it in the last episode, because in the last episode I discovered it and conquered it off camera, and then I started gathering the withering roses so I could build it, but now it's finally finished. Well, it's mostly finished, but I'll talk about that later. Now I'll show you the farm, how it looks. First area I will show you is this port, which is used to access this farm through over here, over there, through a river, back to a base that I built in the last episode. See this? There is a path leading from this port over to the farm. All of this is made only from the finest oak, which I've gathered from the farm. This path leads us over the wall, which is supposed to protect the farm from hostile mobs. It also leads us to this tunnel, which leads a staircase. There's also this tunnel, but I'll talk about that later. We go up these stairs. Stairs will access this warehouse. I've also added a back door to it. I got a whole bunch of blocks stored in here. We go here, you'll see that I've added another wall here. This wasn't here previously, but I'll show you that later. I will go over here to this wall. You can go inside of it. There's an there. It's used to access the mechanism of the farm, of fans and stuff, which collect the items. We go up, get to my house, which decided that it will be the place where I have much miscellaneous stuff. Warehouse is made to store mainly, only the oak logs. The warehouse is accessed this small bridge. I forgot to patch the hole there. Below that house, this house is Cactus farm, as you might know. House, nothing has changed about it. Almost nothing. Nothing that has changed that I've added this teleporter. And as I said, is the small part over there, way that I plan on accessing this farm, because I plan to use the red teleporter elsewhere, but I still keep this teleporter here because even if I change the location of the teleporter, I can still use this one. Sure, if that makes sense. Anyway, I've also added this map, a map of this place. Aside from that, nothing has already changed. If you listen closely, you might also hear the cactus popping off, because this farm is quite fast. Wait, back to showing the base. We go down. We're even further down. There's a tunnel that I said I will talk about later. But as I said, I'll talk about it a bit later. Onto the second wall. Go inside of it. You can go either left or right. Right side is the second giant oak tree, but I haven't done anything there. To the left, we access the inner mechanism of the farm, which is used for collecting the items. We go down. Here you can see water streams, which items. What water stream that transports the items. And over here is big farm. Haven't really changed about it, anything about it yet. If we go up, you'll see that I've decorated the tube which transports the items collectors. If you go through this door, see the area where I stand when I'm farming the wood. You also see these two windows. One of them is used to see into the pig farm, and the other is used to see outside. You can see I've decorated the top of the pig farm. I've decorated it similarly to the cactus farm. I have got some grass on top of it, with more structure. Decided to put some health forges here so I can smelt stuff up here. So we go down. Show you the wall a bit. So here is the area behind the wall. There really anything there's here since plan on using it. As you can see, this for decoration I decided to put on big farm. Wait. Now it's time to talk about the things which I want to mention later. Oh. As I've said, there is this tunnel in here which you can use go through from wall over this staircase to the warehouse. The reason why I've built it is because of the new event, more specifically the Pets Hunt event, because as you can see there is a lot of open sky above us, so I built it so if I were to walk through this area during the Pets Hunt event I would get set on fire, so instead I have got an underground tunnel that leads to the warehouse, so that I can access the warehouse without getting set on fire. There's also this small bridge, or whatever you call it, which I built for the same reason, so that I could go from this wall without getting exposed to the sky, the sunlight. As I've said, this space is mostly finished. The reason why I say it's mostly finished because there might be a change to the collectors in the future, because the way that collectors work is that they can only store items inside of themselves, but you can't really put them inside of chests. But it's possible that future builds, the collectors will gain the ability to transfer their items into chests. And if that were to happen, I would start using chests to have more storage. But since I don't really know if it will happen, so I haven't really completed the storage for these 3 farms. So once I know if that changes, then I will decide what to do with the storage areas. Anyway, now there is one last thing which I want to show you, which is the way you access this farm. So I will now travel from this farm all the way to the other base, show you how they are connected. As you can see, the farm and space aren't that far away from one another, so it's quite easy to travel between them. Anyway, I think that this episode is kind of long enough. There is still one last thing that I will have to do, which is talk about my plans for the next episode. Because in the next episode I would like to build at my main base, so I'll show you what and where I plan to build. But first I'll need to organize all of the items which I've taken from the farm, which I no longer need there. Wait. Alright, that will be it for this episode. However, before I complete this episode, I would like to talk about the things I would like to build in the future episodes, or episodes depending on how long it will take. So, the first thing that I would like to build will be over here. I plan on building a big pumpkin which will have a pumpkin farm inside of it. It will be automatic, or fully automatic, that it gets automatically harvested and collected. After that, I would like to build here. It will be a expansion of my home for the 0.5 version, because you might remember that I expand my home for every major version. For that, I plan on making in power, or specifically I plan on expanding this tower downwards so that I plan on renting this place and adding a slime block elevator. also plan on decorating this place. It's kind of messy. I like to make this a proper entrance into the dimension. Anyway, those are the plans for the next episode. I have done everything I wanted to do in this episode, so that's it for now.